Group B.
Yeah, Group B. Yes, okay, so before we start, I would like to say that we had a little, it was bad time management, I would say. We started a little late and we didn't plan too much ahead. Like we didn't like sit down and like lay out the whole game and how it was supposed to work, all the modules together. So we didn't get everything, but I think we did get most of the things all right.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the game. We can move with the WASD keys. And yeah, one thing to note here, we have a little issue with collision detection because we worked on a more beefy computer. So we had more frames to calculate like between each position. So on this PC, it doesn't really work that well. We also didn't manage to get a menu system made, so we just have easy like press R to restart. And if you collect all the orbs, you can restart the game and keep your high score, and Ghost will move faster.
So you have several levels.
Hmm?
You have several levels.
No, it's the same level.
Yeah, it's just the level that was given to us.
But the ghost moves faster.
Hmm?
The ghost moves faster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So every time you win, you keep the high score and the ghost start to move faster. Yeah, I don't know really what else to say. We did have like the systems in place, so you can like call other levels, and it will build properly. So the only thing missing really is a level and a way to select the level. But otherwise, you can choose other levels. Yeah.
Questions? If you're not, are you done with your? Yeah.
Yeah, really. Yeah, I think so.
So questions, anyone?
Yeah.
Yep. So how do you render the text? Do you use font rendering or are they images?
They are images. Yeah.
And second, if you resize the window, does the game adjust?
No, it doesn't.
Other than that, nice job from the ghosts. They're actually like moving around.
Yeah.
Yeah. So actually, I'm really proud of the way we did it. So we're not using some fancy sort of algorithm. The ghost will always move like some direction, and every I think a quarter of a second it will choose like a random off direction. So if it moves up, it will either choose to go right, to go straight, or go left. There's a 50-50 chance that that's a random, and that it chooses the direction towards Pac-Man. So it's a shame we can't really show that because of the collision detection issue using this PC. So,
My PC works fine.
well, if you want to, you can go get it then.
Sure.
If you want to see it. Are there any other questions?
I suppose. Again,
Yeah? He's good.
the update, how does it work?
The update.
So when you run the game, you run the systems, do they take into account delta time or do they?
Yeah, and they use delta time. All of them use delta time.
Right, okay.
So I think that's, yeah, part of where the collision detection issue is.
Right, right. So essentially you're getting too low a frame rate, so Pac-Man keeps moving
Yeah, so it's
frames and then gets stuck.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't update, yeah, right, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fun. Yeah.
Oh, you have a little outdated version.
Hmm?
Your version's a little outdated. Yeah, the sort of gist is there.
Is it what was it? I put this after
Are the ghosts animated? It's hard to see from here.
yeah,
Yeah, they are animated. They're a little small, so
They're
it's
always moving the direction.
Yeah.
Ah, it comes back. Yeah.
Also, Pac-Man doesn't stop unless you throw.
Yeah, so it keeps moving. So you
Yeah.
can't like stop whatever.
Nice.
Yeah, so the only thing I wish we had time to do was get the menu system up
Yeah.
and running. And maybe, like, give Pac-Man the ability to eat those, orange orbs that makes
Oh,
it
yeah.
useful. Yeah. So that's all I have.
Other questions? Okay, thank you. Then it is NULL. Streaming okay?
Yeah. Okay.
No, it's supposed to just typing. No, it should be fine now. You don't need to touch anything. No, it's open source, so it should be fine. And it's maybe the same issue as you have with the other. Do you have any control panel?
For display?
Yeah. Because you have to duplicate everything. It's just built in environment. Then I will make the sticks. Yeah, we usually have set. Probably not the set on Linux is I'm not familiar with it. Or we can, if that PC works, we can also try it.
That's also Linux.
Yeah, but it may be the settings output to
Refresh the screen.
Oh, there it is.
Okay, this is our game. Pac-Man. The ghosts have some random movement, but they're kind of really dumb because they just generate a random direction. And you can move the player around and collect the yellow orbs. We kind of have a problem with the collision detection. Sometimes the Pac-Man can get stuck in the corner of the tiles.
You can already see that with the ghosts.
Yeah.
Once they move to the corner, they
They
no
get stuck
longer
for some
can
reason.
because they get stuck because the collision detection thinks that it is stuck in between two of the blocks and cannot move anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
It would just need some fine tuning for that collision. Yeah, that's our game. Basically, when you collect all the orbs, you get a you win screen. You can see the score in the top corner, and if you touch a ghost, which why would you? You lose.
yeah.
And then you get the, if you lose or you win, you get the option for a new game. Otherwise, you get the option to resume that same game from where you left off. We also have that thing, if you go from one side, you get to the other. And that's about it. That's our game.
Yeah.
So any idea how you would go about to make it not get stuck that easily?
Yeah, Carl actually suggested a grid-based version of the game, because right now we just have a continuous movement. As you can see, you can move left and right in one of these, which shouldn't be the case.
Oh yeah.
So if we made it into a grid where you can only be in one certain position at a time and then made the animation just move you from one point to the other, that would fix the problem. But right now the player has way too much freedom with movement, so that's the problem.
We also had a function for rendering the Pac-Man from a sprite sheet, which just separates the image in several unsigned char arrays and gets them into their textures. And we use a delta time accumulator to make the Pac-Man animation. And once it reaches a certain value, the accumulator resets, and the Pac-Man is animating continuously. We have a score, and we used font rendering. We used the FreeType library. Yeah, we used the delta time for the update function.
What happens if you eat all these collectibles? Do you
If you get a
You
win
win.
screen.
It's like the you lose.
Okay,
except
yeah.
You win.
Yeah. So it's one level basically.
Yeah, there's no more.
Yeah, there's.
We changed the level a bit. As you can see, we made it look like the classic ghost den. With
Yeah,
the
yeah.
ghosts. And I think I removed some extra blocks just to make it look better.
Yeah.
The walls are just a wall texture I found online. We also thought about doing the thing the other group did, where you would actually see if it's a corner piece or something, but we didn't have time to actually do that. So.
Other questions?
Curiosity about corner pieces. Why is that a thing? Like, why is that like an important thing? I mean, like, this is a corner thing.
Our standard corner just looks cool
Ah,
if we manage to.
Ah, like that. Okay, almost like a mechanic thing.
No, but it gets stuck into different tiles when it's in the corner piece. And our algorithm, we didn't have a lot of time to work on that, so there is obviously a bug. So yeah, we need to.
You see you're counting up the score. Does that get stored anywhere? Do you have high score system somewhere, or is that just run?
We're gonna implement it.
There's
We
a
have some.
function.
We have some empty functions for
There's
that.
a function for reading from a file and writing to a file, but it was the like 1 hour before the deadline, so we didn't manage to do all of it. So
Did you make any changes to the map format to accommodate the food and everything?
I'm sure you have tools for it here. So it has, I think, 4 different values. So we have ones for walls, which you cannot walk through. We have zeros for the food.
Yeah.
The 2 is the initial Pac-Man position. That so basically whatever level you have, you just decide where the Pac-Man is going to spawn first, and then it doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
The 3s are empty space, so nothing gets rendered there.
Yeah.
And the 4 is the initial ghost position. That's all of them.
Yeah.
Other questions?
Yes. How did you find integrating FreeType into the project?
It was actually really easy for me, and then we had problems with Windows, and now he's on Linux.
then I switched to Linux.
It was actually the easiest library to incorporate because it works on the first try, and I was really surprised.
Yeah.
But it only worked on Linux. Otherwise than that, the text is really easy to render once you just get some functions in.
Yep.
With one.
Well, great. Thanks. Then we have El Pacmanio, I think. Streaming okay?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. So the project was a difficult one, if you ask me, and we spent a lot of time doing that. And obviously, there could be some things that could have been improved if we had a lot of time. But let's see what we have here. So we have a start menu. We didn't implement the keyboard controls, but that was just not the priority. But yes, we have a moving Pac-Man. We have ghosts. We have yeah, it's all tile-based. So as you can see, the Pac-Man cannot move in a single cell. It can only move like on a tile-based system. It gets a little bit inside the wall visually, but that's just visually. In reality, he's not inside the wall. Yes, you can eat the points, which we call pizzas in our game.
Mhm.
And we have a high score and lives menu up there. And if you collect all of the pizzas, you basically just reset the game. And if you catch the ghost, the same happens. You just lose a life, and then you get thrown back to the start. Yeah, you don't restart the game. You have 3 lives, like this.
For clarification, we don't know why score is clipped right now.
Yeah.
When we worked on it, it wasn't clipped.
Yes. See. There were some issues with GUI on different PCs, on my PC and on my teammate's PC. Yeah, like we had to adjust the GUI a couple of times to make it work on both PCs normally. For example, the start menu from the beginning was supposed to be much bigger, but for some reason it was showing up weirdly on this PC. Yes. What else?
I don't know. Let's see. Well, how we distribute work was I primarily worked on the buffers and how to make animations work. In the meantime, my teammate worked on the the grid, so that there was collision and pizzas.
Yes, and tile manager and the ghosts.
Yes.
But for the most part, we did a lot of pair programming, just doing it together.
Yeah, I have learned to hate my teammate.
Same.
Leon, before you ask, no, it is not Delta time.
Yeah.
It is.
We did not use Delta time, yes, because it was not a priority, I guess. So yeah, any questions?
Ghosts, are they moving completely randomly, or are they actually following? Or do they just look like it on occasion?
No, they are actually random.
Yeah.
But they always choose a new location when they are at the crossroad. So when a ghost comes to a crossroad, he chooses a new location so that he doesn't just turn around suddenly. Because my teammate thought that it's going to be a very bad NPA to leave that.
I think it's quite unfair when Ghost just suddenly eats you and you have no way to react to it.
Yes. The map there is just one map, but it would require not that much work to actually implement more maps because it's all tile-based, so basically all you have to do is download a new map from a file and write some functions to just, get around that. But basically, it would be easy to do that.
Any thoughts about how you would remove the square around the Pac-Man? So it's...
Well, we tried to do that through the shaders, but for some reason it didn't work.
Wait. What was the question again? I couldn't hear.
How to remove the white square around?
Yeah, good question actually. I don't know if it was the problem with SDB and me importing the sprite poorly, or if it was something with shaders. Never found out what it was.
We just tried to remove the rendering of that pixel if it's white, but it didn't work for some reason.
Did you try to use RenderDoc to figure it out?
I mean, I tried to read it. It was slightly hard.
Also another one. When sometimes Pac-Man sort of goes inside of the wall, is that part of the same problem? Or do you know how to do that?
Do you mean that the Pac-Man is inside of the wall?
Yeah, like half of him.
It's more the problem of his draw. The way we draw Pac-Man has to be a bit more synchronized with the tile manager because the Pac-Man moves tile-based, but draws, based on the coordinates.
Yeah.
So it's just a bit of a drawing issue, but that could be synchronized.
Yeah, so it seems to belong to the tiles.
Yes.
But it's just drawn at once.
Yeah, it's because his position is actually his middle.
Yeah.
So sometimes he just gets
Yeah.
divided by the middle.
Something else?
No, I don't think so. But start the game.
Ah, yeah, that's one important part. We have a memory leak.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like memory leak. So sometimes.
Only when we restart the game, I believe we don't remove the pizzas and the Pac-Man properly, so they get rendered again. I mean, they don't get removed, and they get added again to the program.
Yeah, but basically, yeah, that's. I don't think that happened before. Or something.
It happened.
Other questions?
More questions? I guess not. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you. Then I think there is one more to go. One man. Streaming okay?
No.
I should turn it off, okay.